decided to come out on this crisp Tuesday morning. I know that YouTube says don't let the sun be in your face, but here I am. My house is small, and Bryson is inside with his nurse. I just want to talk about the realities of taking care of a dying child. Folks, this is a gut-wrenching experience if you know anyone going through it. There's tears every day. There's moments of joy, but in that there's also a lot of grief. You're already grieving this child before they actually leave. You know in the back of your mind that this could be it. You try to make the best of every single moment. It's sleepless nights, stress. There's a dark cloud hanging over everything that you do, and it affects every aspect of your life. You're trying to work. You're trying to take care of them as best you can, and it's difficult. It's having a child in your home, or even an adult that you know that's going to be leaving you. You're overwhelmed with grief 24/7, and you don't take care of yourself. It's hard to, because the demands of, I know, taking care of Bryson is constant med changes, constant something for him. They depend on you for every single thing, and it's up to you to meet those needs. And yes, hours get dropped to the wayside. One of the things that I first noticed with even myself was I wasn't able to eat supper. Once the nurses leave, I'm snacking, and therefore I've gained about 25 pounds in this adventure, in this walk of palliative care first and then hospice. So here I am putting on this weight. You stand up and eat. You never really sit down and have a 15-20 minute meal. Everything's fast. A shower's fast. You have to time it right, because Bryson doesn't like to be left alone, and I don't like for him to be alone. I don't want him to feel he's being not looked after. So I do everything I can to help him feel like somebody's there. So the weight gain is one of the first things that you notice. And then it's more gray hair. I don't know when I've used a blow dryer to blow dry my hair. One of the reasons is because the blow dryer scares him. And two, if I do it at night, then it'll wake him up. Bryson has to have a very low stimulus environment, which means you have to be quiet, which is why I'm outside filming this right now, because he's taking a nap with his nurse inside, and I'm out here trying to get this video out, put out this information about caregiving. It's really taking a toll. People think, well, you've got nurses. Well, I do have a nurse that comes on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. She comes from 8 to 2. Then I have one on Tuesday and Thursday that comes in from 4:30 to 7:30. And Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week, there's a night nurse that'll work 12 hours on those nights, like 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. She was here last night. When I hear Bryson yelling or moaning from discomfort, I'm going to wake up, because I keep his monitor beside my bed anyway. And I'm going to get up no matter who's here. If he's struggling in any way, I'm going to be there. The other thing I've noticed is I can't work like I used to. I work 1.5 days a week now. Just because I don't like to be away from him, and he looks for me he's real dependent on me and always looking for me. So I try to be there. Also, the other thing is the housework. That's the other thing that falls to the wayside, which is an additional stressor. There's still a house to take care of. I'm single. I'm 58 years old. It's Bryson and me that live here alone. And I have 1.5 acres here. My house is not that big. It's maybe 1,000 square feet, which is why I have to come outside to film this. He can hear everything. He has a heightened sense of hearing. But the housework and laundry, that falls to the wayside. Definitely my room is the messiest room in the house because I let that be the last thing on the agenda for cleaning. So all that is additional stress. And, just health in general, bad eating habits, snacking, eating and drinking things I never would eat and drink before just because it's quick and I don't have to take any time to prepare it myself like I used to. I feel like the grace of God has made this possible. It hasn't been because of my own efforts. It's been because He placed Bryson here for me to do this for him, and He's given me the ability and strength to do it. That doesn't mean it's not difficult, but I trust Him to provide help for me to see Bryson through to the end. And with the spasms, I did a short yesterday that I put up about his spasms. Those have always existed since I've known Bryson. I met him in August of 2022 when he was in foster care. And they have never been medicated to the point of complete disappearance, you might say. They've never really been controlled well. The other things that caregiving does is just a gut-wrenching feeling having a kid that you have custody of, that has an end. You never know when it's going to come. You're afraid it's going to be today. You see him declining and you just wonder. As far as Bryson, his little heart, that he had his last surgery, I guess when he was about 18 months. I wasn't in his life at that point. He was in the custody of his parents when he had his open heart surgeries. But it's working fine according to his cardiologist. Bryson's problem is these spasms take away his oxygen. He was hospitalized in May of this year with metabolic acidosis. His oxygen got depleted from the muscle spasms. So it's kind of imperative that we keep him calm and quiet. He has a very calm and quiet environment here at my house because it is only he and I and his help that comes. He can't tolerate outings. YouTube sent me this thing about how I could improve these videos, thumbnails of other special needs kids and their parents, or their thumbnails and what mine should look like compared to those. We're not living that life. That's not where we are. We're at the end here. We're not doing therapies. We're not going out and having fun. We're not going to school. We have done that in the past, but we are at a point to where that is not our life. Our life is not about showcasing what fun stuff we're doing and new stuff we're getting. It's about comfort. It's about caregiving. It's about stress in this environment. It's about making his life the best it can be given his unique circumstance. And his circumstance is unique because I really have been looking for other children who may be in hospice care on YouTube, and it is difficult. Maybe I'm the first one who was brave enough to put it on here, or decided to chronicle this because I'm his legal guardian. I'm not his parents, but I want them to share in his life and his family, his brothers and sister, to share in what's going on with him. And I don't want anybody to be surprised when something does happen to Bryson. I want them to feel like they've been informed. So, would it be nice to find other parents or grandparents taking care of these kids who are really, really chronically ill? Yes, it would. I enjoy watching the videos of these other special needs kids having fun and going to the water park and, going to school and, all these wonderful things, but that's not our life. And so my videos can't be like those. I'm sorry, YouTube, but that's just not what we're doing at this point. We're not trying to be like the other special needs kids who are not in hospice care and not in a comfort mode, a comfort care situation, but this is where we are at this point. So I just wanted to give everybody an update about this caregiving thing. Boy, is it really taking a toll. This is a tough thing. This is emotionally, absolutely, mentally, physically, financially draining for sure. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, and please look at the spasticity video. This is what keeps Bryson, or has Bryson, in hospice versus his heart. He has multiple diagnoses, and he was born with a congenital heart defect, but that's not what's failing at the moment. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please like and subscribe and share this information with anyone you know who's frustrated and in a caregiving role that is absolutely exhausting.